This video here is a series for the spine that I really like. One common thing that I find with a lot of people is they're not really sure how to direct air into specific areas of the torso, and you can make the argument that if we have an area that's completely always locked up and tight, like maybe we're crunched up on this side, breathing into that area alone is going to help to mobilize that. So if I breathe in, it naturally expands that and it's going to help us move away from it. So if we're locked in a position all the time, the first thing I do is I check, can that person direct air into there? It's very hard to do because you don't know how to do it. So what we need to do is we need to provide tools to help you give feedback to understand, how can I do this? What does it feel like? How does my muscle feel when it stretches or contracts? And the best way that I've come up with so far is using the Swissball. Okay, I really like this. It's a 55 centimeter Swissball, great for wrapping your arms around and creating space, having those shoulders reach forward, moving the scapulas around the rib cage and just getting out of the way. So now we can really focus in on the spine. So I'm going to show you a few things that we can do for the spine just to make sure that we are getting air into those specific areas. And when I say specific, I mean the upper rib cage, especially in the back. A lot of us are locked up here, but when I do the assessment is we don't know how to actually move through that region of our spine. So this can really help with the beginning process of that. So I come into a wide stance. It doesn't need to be super wide. This is just the one I'm choosing here. If you can, if it's comfortable, go ahead. You could also do this from a split stance, so with one leg forward, kind of like a lunge, but I'm just kind of setting up into like a horse stance if you're familiar with martial arts, or like a very intro level split. So you wrap around, okay, that's number one. Number two is we want to get used to the head not being forward, so you want to pretend like your chin's resting on the ball. That would be kind of like the wrong position, and we just want to bring that chin back. So we're trying to keep our face flat to the front, and we're just moving it straight back. Okay, so we've got this coupling where the shoulders are reaching forward, and you got light pressure on the ball, and the head is reaching back. First thing we do from here is we just do some breathing. So we do inhale, and as we exhale, we're drawing that belly button towards the spine. So breathe in, exhale, okay, and you'll get all this area to be really tight. When you're breathing in, I want you to primarily breathe in only to here. You shouldn't feel the chest expand against the ball. We'll do 3. We should feel all this getting tight. We should feel like a little bit of core workout here. And we should also feel the head and the neck are working to stay in that position. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to do some inhales, and we're going to try and breathe into the back of the ribs. So if I think about this ball right on the opposite side of where the ball is, that's where I want to direct the air, straight out the back. So you're going to breathe, you're going to breathe in. Okay, we're going to exhale, draw the belly button in. So pulling that belly button towards, you make this all tight. Now leave this tight and breathe just into the back of the shoulders, so right on the opposite side of the ball. Hold it, just feel your ribs expand. Exhale. Make this more tight. Just so you can see, breathing in, my belly button, notice, doesn't change. All the air is going to my upper shoulders. Okay. So we've practiced breathing into the bottom. We've practiced actively breathing by keeping this engaged and breathing into the top. Now what we can do is actually work on some lateral positions by just simply giving some rotation with the ball. So if we go here, same position. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this way slightly. Okay, make sure the hips don't come with you. Turn this way, and then just crunch down on that side. Okay, so now we open this side up, and the opposite side is closed. And all we're going to do now is we're going to practice breathing into the open side. I'm going to breathe in. And as we exhale, we draw that belly button in. Breathe in, just through the part that's open. Hold it. One more. Good. And then back to center. Now we do the other side. So I'll show you on this side. When I'm closed here, so I stand tall, draw that belly button in, I rotate to the left, and I'm just going to kind of crunch down to open up the back right side of the rib cage. And I do the same thing. I breathe in, breathing into the back right of the rib cage. And as I exhale, I draw that belly button in. 2. 3. 4. And back. You are going to find that some of those spots are super easy for you to breathe into, and some of those spots are extremely hard. Maybe you know that when you stand, you're tipped over to one side or you're rotated. The side that we're rotated to is going to be a lot different where we're trying to direct air than the side that we're rotating away from. So super important to know that this isn't something that you would do 10, 10, 10. You might spend most of your time on the side that's hardest for you to do. Just makes the most sense. As for repetitions and holds, there's really no rule. You want to start with something that you can do consistently and then use progressive overload to make sure that you're increasing it. So maybe you start with 3 reps, 5-second holds, make sure they're really good quality holds, and then the next day or the next week you progress to three reps with 6-second holds. Okay? Making sure you spend most of your time on the areas that are the hardest for you, and you will definitely see some results in all other areas of your movement. Give that a shot. Spine and intra-abdominal pressure are the basics of what I start with everybody, so learning this stuff can do so much for you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and send us a message if you have any questions.